Well, my name is Pat Sargent, and I started printmaking in 2002. I was finishing up my degree. I'm a retired Air Force veteran. I went in as a enlisted guy. I started aircraft for a while. And I grew up on a farm near Detroit, so I needed to get out of there. The car industry was in the toilet, as it is today. So anyway, I took a printmaking class to finish my degree up in 2002. And I was like, holy moly, I really like this. I had to get back to it. So now I'm using the GI Bill. Kind of funny that Susan had mentioned that. So I go back to school and get an education in something that I really like. And the nice thing about the GI Bill is I don't have to take away from my family or anything like that, you know, money-wise. So it gives me the opportunity. Oh, okay. No, this is fine. I got my stuff here. So anyway, I just want to make sure that it's nice and even. The first couple prints usually are a little light because the wood absorbs a lot of the ink that I'm putting on it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I drink a lot of caffeine, so I apologize.
You mentioned a Dremel. Do you also use hand tools as well, or?
I usually mix it up.
Yeah.
I'll start with a Dremel to get the basic outlines, and then I'll go back with the hand tools. It took a lot of practice with the Dremel because I found that it would go too fast. With the hand tools, you're looking at it and you're thinking about your work the entire time. With the Dremel, I would make a bunch of marks and go, oh man, I didn't mean to do that. So it took a lot of practice, and now that I've been doing it for a couple of years, I found that a combination works the best. But you know, Susan is pretty demanding about her timelines, and we have to have a project done by a certain time. So the Dremel works out for that. You know, I can kill it over the weekend to be done.
The night before, right?
Or the night before. That's usually what I'm printing.
But essentially, the relief means relief refers to the surface. Okay, and so the artist is cutting into the surface. So wherever you cut away, it's below, and you're rolling along the top, so the white areas don't receive any ink. The carved out part is lower. So you're dealing with the top of the wood.
It's kind of funny. I do this with the neighborhood kids too. It's they'll see me in the garage and they'll be like, oh, Mr. Sargent's doing something, right? So I have two daughters of 9 and 13, so I try to include them as much as possible in the things that I'm doing. They didn't want to come today because they wanted to hang out in their pajamas and play. So I'm not going to stop them from doing that. I guess we'll print out the press
Okay,
first.
do you want to take a test? Right?
Mistakes are good.
Okay. So this is a little etching press, and it's traveled a lot through a lot of workshops, so the blankets shouldn't really be that dirty. But you're welcome to come closer and it's called an Eaton press, E-T-T-A-N, and then it's a tabletop press. So you might want to feel the pressure as it goes through. I did it light, so.
Oh, that's fine.
It's a little bit light, but you said
So there's an example of the print.
So this is a lot of the way that Elizabeth Catlett did a lot of woodcuts in her career in the Atelier de Grafica in Mexico, where she worked with her